You want to achieve your dreams? Then watch this, because we will cover goal setting in section 7. Lesson number 32, run to your fears. If something scared the heck out of you in business, chances are it also scares your competition. As a result, run to your fears. Don't get too comfortable in life. Always challenge yourself and focus on continuous improvement. When I was younger, I was terrified of public speaking. This fear was holding me back and stopping me from growing professionally. I then did something radically different and incredibly uncomfortable. I thought, how can I challenge myself to conquer this fear while helping people? I decided to volunteer with my church and go into the prison system here in the Bay Area and help mentor inmates that were incarcerated for minor drug offenses. I don't do drugs, but I feel bad for these young people that didn't have parents or positive role models growing up and, as a result, committed a minor crime and are in jail. This could have been me had I not had two wonderful parents raising me. I remember the first day I went into the McGuire Correctional Facility in Redwood City. I was terrified while presenting to just a few inmates. I remember one of them had a tattoo above his upper lip that said FUCKU. I thought WTF, which means why the face, and how the heck am I going to get through this? It was uncomfortable the first time, but I came back again and again and again, and I got used to it. The seminal moment that helped me to conquer my fear of public speaking was the time I showed up at the prison on a Sunday and the priest that was supposed to conduct Mass and give the speech before communion didn't show up. I was told by the warden that I must be the Eucharistic minister and give a 20-minute speech to the inmates. I was so terrified. The speech, according to the gospel lesson, was supposed to be about faith, hope, and confidence in yourself. I stood up there in front of many incredibly intimidating inmates and started speaking. I was able to wing it, and a few minutes later I started enjoying it. I will never forget this moment as I told them this: "Do you believe in God?" They all said yes. I then said, "Does God believe in you?" They all said yes. I then closed the circular logic by saying, "Well, if you don't believe in yourself, then do you really believe in?" They were blown away and speechless, as was I. I was able to conquer my fear of public speaking forever, and I now thrive and really look forward to public speaking and being on panels. Who knew that my biggest fear in life would become my biggest source of enjoyment? Please run towards your business fears, as your competition will not. We need to change the lens for which we see the world. Lesson number 33, make a gap analysis. Think of the most ambitious goal you can achieve in your life. Don't ask yourself if it is achievable. Of course it is. Rather, ask yourself what you need to accomplish in order to make this goal a reality. Make a rudimentary gap analysis. Once you know what your goal is, then focus on the gap, meaning what you need to accomplish in order to make this goal a reality. I recently met with a former Army officer who shared with me declassified information on how to decrease roadside bombs from detonating overseas. Army officials were brainstorming on how to make operations safer for them overseas. They couldn't reduce the number of roadside bombs unless they built a mobile data center, which sounded ludicrous and unrealistic. In order to build a mobile data center, there was a material gap that they needed to fill, including deploying many engineers, hardware, software, mobile products, etc. They ended up filling this gap, and so can you in business. I guarantee you that your gap analysis will be more achievable than the one that the Army filled. Set a goal so big that you can't achieve it until you become the person that actually can achieve it. Lesson number 34, Yale University's fascinating goal-setting study. You need to write down your business goals. If you do, the chances of you realizing them rises materially, and most of your competitors don't do this anyway. In 1953, there was a famous study conducted at Yale University. The graduating class was asked if they had written down their goals. Only 3% had done so. Then 20 years later, a poll was taken, and the graduating students from the class of 1953 were asked what their net worth was. The net worth of the 3% that had written down their goals was greater than the other 97% combined. Write down your goals on the back of a business card and carry it around with you. If you don't carry a wallet, then write down your goals in your smartphone's calendar and have this calendar entry be repeated daily. Tell your friends or family members what your long-term goals are so that it forces you to work towards them and think of your goals often. Consider writing your goals down on paper and then placing them in a sealed and stamped envelope with your address on the envelope. Then give the envelope to a good friend or family member and tell them to mail the letter in 6 months or 1 year. Lesson number 35. Should you get a graduate degree? Many readers of this book have undergraduate degrees that might have covered many business topics. Should you bother getting a graduate business or law or engineering or other degrees? Only if you need another degree in order to change careers. Only if getting a graduate degree will likely get you closer to your goals. Do I need to get the best grades and standardized test scores to get into a great school? Heck no. Please go to Udemy and search for Chris Around. Take this course on getting into the top MBA schools for tips on how to get in. Lesson number 36. Push the goalpost out. You need to always be growing professionally. Once your goals are within your reach, it is imperative, after you celebrate your success, to set new, almost unachievable goals. Keep challenging yourself. Keep asking yourself for more. Never underestimate the power of a positive attitude. There is no reason you can't be CEO or can't start a company or can't reinvent an industry or can't make a fortune and start the most badass charity. The only obstacle standing in your way is you. Thanks for watching. If you are into business and entrepreneurship, wealth, success, subscribe and hit the bell button, because this channel is all about that.